Welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to take a look at the proteins found embedded in cell membranes. The cell membrane is a semi-permeable membrane found on all cells. The main function of the cell membrane is to control the movements of materials into and out of the cell. Small molecules are able to move across the membrane itself, but larger molecules need membrane proteins to be able to cross the cell membrane. Membrane proteins differ in where they are positioned in the membrane. Peripheral proteins are found on one side of the surface of the cell membrane. Integral proteins are found embedded in the phospholipid bilayer. Some integral proteins span across both sides of the bilayer, making them transmembrane proteins. Membrane proteins also have a diverse range of functions. The first kind of membrane proteins based on function are recognition proteins. These proteins function in identifying cell types and communication between cells. Some proteins have tags in the form of sugars on the outer edge of the protein that makes them identifiable by proteins from other cells. A second kind of membrane protein are the enzyme proteins. These proteins function in catalyzing reactions within the cell. Another kind of membrane protein are the receptor proteins, also known as signal transduction proteins, as they receive a signal from outside the cell and transduce it into the cell. Another kind of membrane protein are adhesion proteins, also known as joining proteins, which function in joining one cell to another. A fifth kind of protein are the attachment proteins, which function in binding and attaching other cell structures, such as the cytoskeleton inside the cell and the extracellular matrix outside the cell. The last kind of membrane protein we are going to go over are the transport proteins. These function in the movement of ions and molecules across the cell membrane. There are two types of transport proteins found in the cell membrane: channels and pumps. Channel proteins are involved in the process of passive transport of molecules moving across the cell membrane down a concentration gradient from higher to lower concentration. Pump proteins are transport proteins that are involved in the active transport of molecules across the cell membrane against the concentration gradient from lower to a higher concentration, and requires energy in the form of ATP to do this. Thank you for watching. If you want to support this channel, please subscribe and check out more of my videos.